Uh-oh, somebody got removed from Twitch. Somebody got in some trouble, even though it'd only be like a day, if even that, because the guy who runs Twitch loves this man so much. Threw him a birthday party. So I'm actually even kind of surprised that this happened, but it did. So Hasan Piker got banned from Twitch. Now, like I said, this is probably maybe 1 to 3 days, and he'll be right back. And I don't think this would have even happened if it hadn't have been for a lot of people talking about it, because what he did was pretty nasty. He decided that he would go ahead and say that, well, let's go ahead and see this Republican guy, Rick Scott, get taken out. He's got to go. We got to get rid of him to take up for Medicaid. It doesn't really matter. He's calling for violence, effectively trying to, in a way, I mean, this is just theorizing. I don't know if this is what he really wanted to do, right? But it sure does sound like, to me, when people do stuff like this, they're trying to create a new Luigi to go and take somebody out, like the guy that took out that CEO of that healthcare company. It really does feel like to me that a lot of these higher-up leftist people that have big followings are trying to radicalize people to get out there and do some pretty disgusting things. And that's definitely against TOS. And there is no platform that does not have that in their terms of service. You are not allowed to call for violence, which he's done before. If you've watched, I mean, a good example is that content nuke. If you watch any of the detractors content that, cover Hasan, you'll easily find the clip of him sharing that makeshift gun. Kind of like saying, hey, this is how you do this. He knows what he's doing, 100%. But here's the clip that got him banned. We'll play this one. This is the longer version, so you can have some context. He's talking about Rick Scott here, and this is what got him to do it.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone.
That fraud is not coming from individuals. It's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after like false billing. They are trying to cut recipients, okay? It is not happening at the point of
people
recipients.
That are like 150 years old.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott after like false billing. They are trying to cut recipients, okay? It is not happening at the point of recipients. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him the current, what is his current office? What is he? He's the Richard Lynn Scott is an American attorney, businessman, politician, Navy veteran, serving as the senior United States Senator from Florida, a seat he has held since 2019. And also, I believe this past election cycle, he was literally the fucking head of the, what was it, like the Senate committee or something? Like the Republican.
So anyway, you get it now. That's a little bit more of a fuller context, because the actual clip's only about 24 seconds, 21 seconds right here. Yeet is who I saw post it. In no situation is that okay, in my opinion. You should not be calling for violence, which is what he's doing there. Even if he doesn't want to say that's what he's doing, it's 100%. And when people asked him about this in a clip, he said they can suck my whole dick.
Like being directly mean to Rick Scott, what I was saying was like, if the Republican Party truly cared about like monitoring medical bankruptcy, they would literally apply the capital punishment. Like if they did, they don't. And I mean, he is a world-class Medicare fraud guy. So you can cry about it all day, every day. You can cry about it, try to get me banned for it. Maybe I will get banned for it. Who knows? But it's not going to change the.
And he did get banned for it, and that only came from pressure. I still don't think any news sites have really covered that. They never give him any bad press coverage because they're trying to turn him into the Joe Rogan of the left, which is funny because Joe Rogan used to be on the left. And then he changed because of all the radical shit that's been going on over the past couple of years. So now they've got him, and they want to try to turn him into this big superstar. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. He has responded to his ban, and he's not happy about it. A couple of posts over here. And he says, sorry, I'll choose my words carefully next time and say if Mike Johnson cares about Medicaid fraud since he wants to cut $800 million from Medicaid Medicare, he'd call for max punishment for current Florida GOP Senator, former Governor Rick Scott, who has done the most Medicare fraud in U.S. history. And then he says, big shout out to right-wing free speech lovers who took time out of their day screaming about DEI and immigrants to cry about this. If somebody said something like this who you don't like, you would be pushing it 24/7. And I don't condone this on any level. You shouldn't be calling for people's lives. And when it comes to free speech, it's like that saying, like, doesn't give you the right to yell fire in a movie theater. You know, you're not allowed to do that. It's not good form. Some things shouldn't be acceptable. And calling for somebody's life to be ended, definitely not cool in my book. Not cool. He got mad about Tim Pool saying it. Tim Pool loves that Rick Scott was caught overseeing the largest Medicaid fraud in U.S. history and will defend the wealthy robbing you blind, just as he'll defend Mike Johnson gutting Medicaid with lies. He's not independent. He's a bald partisan hack. By the way, his store is all socialist. This dude literally is a huge capitalist running around as a commie. It's really funny. It is really funny. By the way, that anime thing that he was on, that Trash Taste or whatever, I'd never heard of him until he went on there and I saw the backlash. They've announced he will not be back on the show because they got so much shit for it. Anyway, Hasan has been banned. He's having a meltdown over it. Of course he is, because he's the golden boy of Twitch. He's been having a lot of meltdowns lately, ever since Asmongold dethroned him as the number one guy on Twitch, at least number one political streamer on Twitch. He's been dethroned. He's been pissing him, moaning about it for weeks now. And now he can sit and twiddle his thumbs and think about things as he has to wait for his Twitch to get reinstated. Next time, maybe don't call for somebody's life. I don't know. It seems like that's probably something to think about. Maybe not do that, and then you won't get banned. By the way, this is 5th banning on Twitch. All right, that's it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.